Hey you, wanna know something amazing? It's out of this world. The sun, the moon, the Milky Way, planets and stars and vast array, galaxies spinning on display. It's out of this world. Of all the mysteries to find, He walked the world that He designed. He made the sick, the deaf and blind. Wonders completely blow our mind. With Jesus we'll discover more than our mind could ever know. Out of this world.
Once again, Kids Planet News is ready to take a look at some out-of-this-world facts about God's creation that will surely blow your mind. And first up today, we will be learning all about our very own galaxy, the Milky Way.
Did someone say milk? I love milk. That galaxy sure sounds like my kind of galaxy.
No, this actually has nothing to do with milk. But our friends HanBot and VinBot are up in the space station again, and they are ready to tell us all about it. Take it away, you two.
Yes, thank you, tiny human. Did you know the Milky Way galaxy is made up of only 10% luminous matter, meaning only 10% can be seen with human eyes.
Yes, that leaves 90% of the galaxy that can't be seen with the human eyes.
Like me, right now.
But they can still see you.
Shush, shush.
Okay.
Ha, got you. I've been here the whole time.
Anyways, the Milky Way has grown over time because it has consumed smaller galaxies.
Sounds like the Milky Way was pretty hungry. We don't get hungry.
But we do move. The Milky Way moves to.
The Milky Way moves approximately 1.3 million miles per hour.
That's fast.
Not as fast as me. Look how fast I'm going.
I'm faster.
Oh, yes. Thank you, HanBot and VinBot, for more interesting insights as always. I was just having a little snack, and I figured nothing could be more on theme than these right here.
Sorry, I was eating a Milky Way.
Anywho, we've got the Space Cadets up next, and I'm sure they'll play us a super fun version of a song we've all heard before. Over to you, Space Cadets.
Okay, our galaxy.
What do you say?
The Milky Way?
The Milky Way.
What's it called?
The Milky Way.
It's spinning all the livelong day. So while we're orbiting around our sun, it's just another star on a galactic run. Did you get all that? Well, I'm impressed. Let's see if you know your space address. What's our planet?
Planet Earth.
And what's our star?
It's called the sun.
What's our galaxy?
The Milky Way.
What'd you say?
The Milky Way.
Say it again.
The Milky Way.
Better?
I like it.
Oh, looks like my notes were wrong. But hey, how fun! Now, up next, we've got our very own in-house KSKP AI back again with a true, out-of-this-world Bible story. Over to you, Dax.
Hello again, my friends. Today I have an amazing, out-of-this-world story about a time where Jesus showed just how powerful he really is. Now, I'm sure we've all heard lots of stories about the incredible power of Jesus.
Hey,
Like that story you told us last week about Jesus healing the blind man.
Yes, thank you, Marsh and Max. Glad you've been paying attention. But today, we're looking at the power of just his words alone. So, maybe you've heard some stories about the power of Jesus' words before. Like when he told a paralyzed man to get up and walk.
Whoa, what? That sounds like a super cool story. I don't think I've heard that one before.
It is quite cool. And you should read it sometime. You can find it in the book of Luke, chapter 5.
Got it. Okay. Keep going.
Well, there's also the story of a time when Jesus spoke to a huge storm and told it to stop.
Hey, I know that one, but I want to read it again. Where's it at in the Bible?
Well, this story can be found in 3 different Gospels. Luke chapter 8, Matthew chapter 8, and Mark chapter 4.
So, you got any other recommendations for Bible stories where I can read about Jesus' powerful words?
Certainly. In the book of John chapter 11, you can read about Jesus telling a dead man named Lazarus to walk out of his tomb after 4 whole days.
Whoa. Now that sounds like a pretty out of this world story.
Indeed. And today, we have another out of this world story about a time where Jesus only had to speak for someone to be healed. So without further ado, let's jump into another story from the book of John. And no, Martian Max. Not John Cena or John Smith, or even John the Baptist. We're talking about the same John as last week.
Right on.
Great. So, moving on. As we know, John was one of the disciples, and he spent time traveling with Jesus, as Jesus taught people about God the Father. And this particular story happened when they were traveling through Galilee. A government official from a town nearby had heard about Jesus performing amazing out-of-this-world miracles and healing people, in ways they had never thought possible. This man had a son who was dying, so he decided to find Jesus to ask for help. The man showed up and begged Jesus to come home with him and save his son.
But wasn't Jesus pretty busy? He probably couldn't travel all the way to that guy's house.
But you heard Dex. He's just a little kid. Jesus has to go.
Well, I do believe I'll be answering that shortly if you'll let me continue.
Okay, as long as you promise this story has a happy ending.
So anyways, this man begged Jesus for help, and Jesus challenged him by saying this: "Will you never believe in me unless you see miraculous signs and wonders?" The official pleaded, "Lord, please come now before my little boy dies." Then Jesus told him, "Go back home. Your son will live." And the man believed what Jesus said and started home. You see, kids, Jesus' words have power. And Jesus showed just how powerful his words truly are when he healed that little boy without even seeing him. Listen to this. While the man was on his way, some of his servants met him with the news that his son was alive and well. He asked them when the boy had begun to get better, and they replied, "Yesterday afternoon at 1 o'clock, his fever suddenly disappeared." Then the father realized that that was the very time Jesus had told him, "Your son will live." And he and his entire household believed in Jesus.
Yay! It was a happy ending.
Yeah, and did you hear the part where that soldier dude and his whole family believed in Jesus after that? Talk about epic!
Totally. You know, I also thought it was super epic when Jesus healed the little boy just by saying those words out loud. He didn't even have to be there.
That's right, Calico Cat. This story definitely showed us that Jesus' words have power. Jesus said, "Your son will live." And the boy was healed right in that moment. That's a pretty big deal.
No kidding. Jesus said some super powerful words.
Exactly. We can all say some pretty powerful words at times, but those words that Jesus said were so powerful because his power is out of this world.
We hope you enjoyed another look at the out of this world power of Jesus. You see, we know that everything around us was made by God. The sun, the moon, the stars, the entire Milky Way, and each and every one of us. That's how big and how powerful God is. And in the Bible story we just heard today, we got to see just how powerful the words of Jesus truly are. He has the power to speak miracles because he has power over all things.
Wasn't that story just out of this world? The moment Jesus said that little boy would live, he was all better. That's incredible. And I love getting to hear that story because it reminds all of us that Jesus' words have power. Now, we look at Jesus' words a little differently today because we don't get to talk to him face to face like the man in this story. But just like the little boy in this story, Jesus' words can help us wherever we are. We can hear his words when we read the Bible and see stories like this one. And we can talk to Jesus literally any time when we take a moment and pray. Here, let's try it together right now. Jesus, thank you so much for all that you've done for us. Even when we can't see you, you're always here to help. We know that your words truly have out of this world power. So please help us to follow your words from the Bible and remember to pray anytime we need your help. Amen. See that? Talking to Jesus is super easy, and he's always ready to listen. I can't wait to look at one more out of this world Bible story with you next week. And I know it's going to be the best week of all because it's Planet Party. So be sure to invite your friends to an out of this world celebration next weekend. See you then.